In today's video, we are going to sew one of those beautiful, enjoyable projects that we can make in a leisurely afternoon, and that is this aligned skirt in tweed fabric. To do this, we are going to use the Noah skirt pattern with some changes in the construction process to adapt it to this very special type of fabric. We will start by cutting out the skirt pieces. The front pattern piece is placed on the fold line, so I will fold the fabric in half and place the pattern piece on the fold. Tweed fabric is one of those fabrics that frays a lot, so we will add some fusible interfacing strips around the edges on the wrong side of the pieces. This will help prevent the edges of the fabric from fraying much. With this type of fabric, I think it is essential to add a lining. So I will also cut the skirt pieces from a cotton fabric that will serve as both interface and lining. Among the skirt pieces, we will have one front piece and two back pieces. We will start by sewing the invisible zip into the center back of the skirt. The pattern has a mark indicating the end of the zip, so we will trace this onto the fabric. Next, we will sew the invisible zip. It is a very simple process, and if you have sewn one before, you will already be familiar with it. But if this is not the case, you can find a tutorial on our blog with both video and photos on how to do this step. The zip looks gorgeous. Next, sew the back to the front, placing both pieces right sides together and stitching along the sides. Tweed fabric is quite adaptable, so it is not necessary to make notches when pressing the side seams open, even if the hips are curved. Remember that a sewing ham will always be helpful for pressing curved areas. To sew the lining, we will repeat the same steps we just did for the skirt, but we will shorten the hem by 1 centimeter before starting on each piece. In the case of the lining, we have not yet put in the zip, so we will simply leave the section where it will be placed open. 2. Sew the lining, turn it inside out so that the wrong side is facing outwards. Insert the tweed fabric skirt inside the lining so that they are right sides together. We will start by matching up the entire hemline. We will make a stitching along the seam allowance around the entire contour of the hem. Then we will turn the skirt inside out so that we can press it. When pressing, we will try to make the seams slightly tucked into the hem, so that you can see about 0.5 centimeters of tweed showing on the inside. Then we will pin the entire waistline of the skirt. Just as we shortened the hem by 1 centimeter, we will check if we need to do the same at the top. The lining piece should be about 0.5 centimeter below the contour line of the tweed. If not, we can remove that 0.5 centimeter of fabric. It is very important to do this step correctly so that later, when the skirt is finished, it doesn't make any bubbling. So the waistline, start from the center back. Place the lining and the tweed fabric right sides together. Taking advantage of the zip opening, match the entire contour of the waistline, stretching the fabric outwards. The skirt will be completely twisted at this point, so don't worry. Finally, you will reach the other end of the zip. At this point, we will pass a stitching along the seam allowance across the entire waistline. After passing the stitching, we will remove the pins and turn the skirt back with the right side out. We will press the waist contour in the same way as we did the hem. And the only thing left to do now is to finish the zip at the center back. To do this, we will turn the seam allowance of the lining inwards and align it with the zip, securing everything with pins. Finish this section of the zip with a few hand stitches. And with these simple steps, you have finished a beautiful tweed skirt with a super classy touch. If you enjoyed this process, let us know in the comments below.